Welcome to this week's Brittany's Bites, where we are getting ready to ring in the new year. And if you would like to bring yourself some good luck in 2026, well, I have a recipe that maybe could help. We're gonna use black-eyed peas. Those are supposed to be lucky, right? But we're gonna make black-eyed peas bruschetta. So this is something that you can maybe serve for a party or a gathering if you're having it, or just have it at home. So we'll get started. Of course, one of the basic elements for that is bread. So I just got a store-bought baguette. I have a pan here ready to go, and the oven heating up behind me. And these, are pretty thin. So you could just sort of slice it like this, and you'll get very, very little small pieces. I like to cheat it a little bit, and yes, you're gonna lose some bread here at the beginning on an angle, but that gives you more surface area to serve the good stuff. So if you see, versus just cutting it straight across, look how much larger this piece of bread is. So I'm just gonna chop up maybe half or maybe all of the bread, we'll see, and just put it on this pan here and then drizzle it with some olive oil. So stand by while I do some chopping or cutting. Okay, last piece here. That will do for our purposes. Like I said, I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of olive oil on it. You also, when it comes out of the oven, could rub some garlic on it, which I would do if you're not going to include the ingredient that I'm gonna spread on it. And we'll talk about that in just a minute. So as I said, I just have the oven preheated, 350, 385 behind me, and I'm just gonna pop this in for a couple of minutes just to get it a little bit toasted. And in the meantime, we will get some other things together and then come back and get the mixture that we're gonna put on top. That includes those black-eyed peas. The bread is now out of the oven and nice and toasty, if you can hear that. I just have a couple of here just for demonstration purposes here, but you can fill up a whole platter with this if you'd like. In this bowl, to get everything started for the topping, I have just 1 can of black-eyed peas, rinsed and drained. You definitely want to do that. Just put them in here. And then this is sort of up to you what you want to add. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to add, but I mean, I've seen people jazz this up like a cowboy caviar and add black beans and peppers and corn. I don't want to overdo it because I want to really have the black-eyed peas shine through, because that's what's supposed to bring us good luck, right? So we'll have the black-eyed peas, and then I have 1 Roma tomato that I chopped up, and I'm going to kind of eyeball this and mix it together and make sure that all of the ingredients are sort of even. So I don't know if I want to put the whole thing in yet. So I'm just going to start by sprinkling in a little bit. And then of course I have a lot of diced red onion. I don't want to put all of that in. So I'm just going to sprinkle. In fact, I have a huge chunk. I'm going to pull that out right there. You want it all to be very nice and bite-sized as well, especially because you're gonna put it on this bread. And then let's see, what else do I wanna put in? Oh, I wanna get started on the little vinaigrette. I think I'm gonna go with that, and then I also have a jalapeno. Now, you do not have to use this if you don't like spice. I've seen a lot of people use green peppers, which are very mild when they're making black-eyed peas, but I just sort of wanted to spice it up a little bit. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this. Of course, it's seeded, so it shouldn't be too overwhelming, but I also like the idea of having all of these bright colors. So that's probably good for the jalapeno. That's kind of the basic mixture for putting this on top, but we're gonna add a little vinaigrette to give it some flavor. And that I'm gonna make in this little dish right here. And it just starts with some very basic things you probably have in your pantry. We're gonna start with about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. So I'll get that going. And then equal parts, I think I have a leak in my olive oil, 2 tablespoons of a red wine vinegar. I've also seen people do apple cider vinegar. So if that's what you have, feel free to use that. All right. Put the 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. I really like the tang of vinegar, so I might go a little overboard with mine, but that's totally fine. Okay, 2 and 2, and then I'm going to do a teaspoon of cumin. Got that ready to go right here. In we go. And then I'm gonna do a half teaspoon of cayenne. You can leave this out if you'd like. And then also a half teaspoon of honey to sort of offset all of these strong flavors that we have going on. So I'm gonna grab this honey right here and put that in, and then just finish it off. Ooh, here we go. After that with some salt and pepper. All right, by the way, a little trick if you want to get your honey out is just to do a quick spray of your spoon with a nonstick cooking spray. It slides right out. Of course, I didn't do that in this case, so I might give it a taste and see if I want to add even more honey after I get it all together. But I'm going to do some black pepper and then also some salt. And one last thing, a key ingredient here, I just have 1 clove of garlic that I've minced up. Just wanted to get that going for us. All right, so we've got vinegar and oil and garlic and some spices. Again, pretty basic ingredients, but when they come together, they're pretty fantastic. So there we go, I'm just gonna whisk this up. And then this is also something you're gonna wanna eyeball. You don't wanna sort of drown everything in this vinaigrette, but also you could sort of spoon it out without using all of the sauce. So, you know, whatever works for you when you're pouring it over. I'm gonna just start with a little bit and then mix it all together. And then see how I like my portions. I think I wanna do maybe just a little bit more of the tomato. And I actually wanna do a little bit more of the jalapeno. And even a little more of the red pepper, or sorry, the red onion. Okay, it smells fantastic, by the way. All right, it's looking good. So you could just leave it like this. You have your bread with some olive oil. You could also rub a little garlic on it right when it comes out of the oven. If you know that trick, it just oozes in when you do that and it sort of melts into it. But I wanted to sort of jazz it up a little bit as well by adding some cheese. Now, you, again, don't have to do this, and I would be very delicate when doing it because you don't want that to overpower these flavors and you don't want them to compete. So I tried to do sort of a very mild cheese. This is a garlic and herb. I kind of wanted more of a plain cheese. You could do a mascarpone, or I don't know if I would do cream cheese, but whatever floats your boat. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this and make this be our base layer. Spread it on. This smells fantastic too. Then we're gonna top it with our little black-eyed peas mixture, and that will be done. Press it in so it's, you know, the other thing about this cheese, it can help you press in your ingredients and make them stay. There we go. And it looks so festive as well. Here is your black-eyed peas bruschetta. Hopefully will bring you great luck in 2026. Cheers, everyone. And if you'd like this recipe written out for you, you can find it on WBIR.com.